right. And we are officially live streaming. All right, guys, thank you so much for showing up. I am so excited to have you all here tonight. So as you may or may not know, our original plan kind of got a little changed up this evening. So originally we were supposed to have Todd Falcone on this evening to talk about mindset, and tomorrow is his birthday. And what he didn't know was that his wife was planning a surprise party for him. So when he got wind of the fact that she had a shindig planned for him this evening, he called me up. He was like, hey, I was like, dude, please, like, you need to go to your birthday party. It's fine. We'll be okay. We'll just juggle. We'll put you on another night. No big deal. So tonight we are going to have me and Moni are going to talk about some of the stuff that you're doing every single day. Moni's going to cover the Preenrollee system that we have, and we're going to talk about, what do you do every single day in your business, your DMO. But before we get into that, I wanted to give a little shout out to some of the people who have been showing up and doing the things. Not only are y'all, even all of you that are here right now, doing the things and showing up on the lives, most of the faces that I see on the live tonight have been here consistently every single week. But we also have our weekly accountability where you input your numbers into a Google form every single week. And there are 6 people that I wanted to shout out for amazing consistency in putting their numbers in every single week. And that's Julie Hall, Angela Bruno, Deb Carlson, Jen Riley, Anne-Marie Dorr, and Ashley Marlar. You guys are doing a phenomenal job and you deserve to be applauded. Nice job, guys. Out of all of the people who have put in their numbers every single week, whether it's 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, doesn't matter. All of those numbers added up together, all the people who are participating, there are 13 people participating. And out of those 13 people, we've put together 323 posts in the month of January. I'm sorry, 1,323. 1,323 posts by 13 people. That's an average of 10 posts a day. You guys are crushing it. I love the fact that everybody is really getting the hang of creating content consistently and quickly, because that's how you show up. That's how people see you. That's how people get to know, like, trust you, and know what you have to offer. That's huge. So the fact that you guys have gotten into an average of 10 posts a day, that's great. And I'm so proud of all of you. When you look at the other things that we're doing, asking the question, 631, find, add message, 616 new connections, follow-ups, 614 new follow-ups. I'm sorry, that's 416. My handwriting. That's an average of 5, 4, and 3. So an average of 5 questions asked, an average of 4 new connections, and an average of 3 follow-ups every single day. So you guys are really getting the hang of showing up and doing the things, tracking them, and being accountable for them. So I'm just really, really proud of all of you. We will probably have Todd next week for to talk about mindset. And in the meantime, pivot. That's what we do around here. If one thing doesn't work out, we just pivot to something else. So tonight we're going to pivot to something else. Moni is going to talk about the Preenrollee system, because that's an amazing tool that I know myself, I don't utilize it as much as I should and as much as I need to. So I'm really excited to get my mind around the Preenrollee system. I pre-enrolled in November and I did not join until December. I took the free tour, but I don't really remember like watching the video. I'm not exactly sure how that all happened, but I know I definitely pre-enrolled before I joined, but it was 2017, y'all. That was a long time ago. I barely remember what I had for breakfast. All right, Moni, the floor is yours, girl. Take it away.
All right, you guys. Hey, Moni Creddy from Denver, 50K affiliate. I just wanted to talk to you about pre-enrolling. So this is an amazing system that is free to all of us at MDC. I don't know any other company in network marketing that gives people a free system like this to pre-enroll people and gives them a snapshot of the company before they join. This is unheard of. I had been in network marketing for 6 years before I saw this pre-enrollment system. I was pre-enrolled by my upline. She said basically that they were having a contest to see how many people they could pre-enroll, and she asked if she could have my email address, and she pre-enrolled me. And I had been 2 years giving her a hard no. I didn't want to even look at the company. I didn't even want to have anything to do with it. I was at her house when she had her first box of CBD, and I basically looked at her and said, good luck with that. She pre-enrolled me 2 years later, and then I started getting emails from the company, and that's what caught my eye. I would have 4 people under me one week, and then the next week I would have 6 people under me, and then I would have 8, and then I ended up, after about 3 weeks, I messaged her and I'm like, why are you putting people under me? I'm not on your team. I'm not going to join this business. What is going on? And she said, oh, well, we can just put them under you, and if you decide not to join, then you just fall out of the system, and then no big deal. Like, you can just coast there. I went 1 more week and I got another email, and I finally just said, all right, tell me about it. So I'm telling you right now, pre-enrollment is the most powerful system that we have. I don't care if you think, somebody's not interested at all, get them in there. Get those emails from the company coming to them. Show them the power of the pre-enrollment system. And when you're pre-enrolling people, you need to pre-enroll more people so that they're not just sitting at 0 for 4 weeks. Okay, when they see more people under them like this, and you're working and your team is working, and all of a sudden they've got 20 people under them after 3 weeks, they're going to be like, what the heck is this? It can be very powerful if everybody is working together. Okay, so let's talk about pre-enrolling. How do we pre-enroll? In your back office, on the main menu, you need to go to My Websites and then Capture Pages. There is a number of capture pages there. There's probably 30 to 40 capture pages, depending on what lifestyle people have. You could be a tattooed yoga mom, or a dude that likes cars, or a mom that just likes yoga pants. I don't care. They have a picture for everybody. Now, I will tell you this. I tell people, and everybody can do it differently. If you don't like to do this, then you can do it your way. But the way that I like to tell people is pre-enroll people for them. Because if you send them the link, if you sent me the link, I would not click on it and pre-enroll. I'm just that lazy. I am. But if I start getting emails, if you pre-enroll for me, if you do that work for me and I start getting emails, it's going to catch my eye. Okay, so I get people's emails for them. I pre-enroll for them. And then every Wednesday to Thursday, depending on how many people I have pre-enrolled, I log back into Lock in My Spot, because that's the email, or that's the website we want to go to, lockinmyspot.com. I go back into that website. I log in with the email that they gave me. I take a screenshot under View My Team. I take a screenshot and I send it to them. And I say, hey, have you seen this? Are you ready to talk about locking in your spot? Because you are going to lose some people this week. And I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, people are going to be in your inbox. What are you talking about? What people am I going to lose? What do I have to do? They're interested. They don't know exactly what those emails mean, because there's a lot of people who haven't done network marketing before. So you need to make sure you're in contact with them and you let them know, hey, now, let's be clear. This is not going to go into their jump starts. It is not going to go into their bonuses. It goes into their binary, when they're binary qualified. So the people that are under them are coming in from other people. So if I pre-enroll and then Melissa puts down 6 people under me, those people, I'm not going to get paid on those people except for in my binary. If they're under me, they're in my binary. Okay. But I'm not going to get jump starts off of them. They're not going to go into my weekly pay or my monthly bonuses, because they're not counting for enrollments for me, but they will go in my binary. So the best thing to do is to get people pre-enrolled, locked in, and binary qualified ASAP, so they can start getting paid on these people. Okay. So now, like I said, every week And I think it's on Wednesday, the company sends out an email once you've pre-enrolled somebody and lets them know who's under them, and it even gives them names. You know, this one, Susie Chapstick, just pre-enrolled, and she's a pre-enrollee. And then you've got Johnny Simpkins, and he is a customer. And then you've got so-and-so, and they're an affiliate. It will tell you, so you know who's actually pre-enrolled and who is actually locked in, okay? So you want to get them pre-enrolled. You want to go into lockinmyspot.com. You want to send them back to that so they can look at the video. Now it's Todd's. But you can do Jenna or Josh's or whoever's you want to choose for them. But they can watch that video, and then you can talk to them about whether this is a good fit for them. We don't want to drag people in, because if we drag people in, we're going to have to drag them all the way along and basically drag them out. Okay, so you want to make sure that they are on board with the vision and the company and the products and what we're doing here. They will stay pre-enrolled for 90 days, and then they will drop off. They drop out of the system, and you can pre-enroll them again after 90 days if you want to and lock in their spot, but they lose that team that they had before. So if they end up with 100 people under them and they drop out after 90 days, they start out with no one again. Okay, so it's very important when you get close to that 90 days to leverage all of those people under them and say, now you've got 105 people under you, you're going to let this go? Like, you'd be crazy to. If they're even the slightest bit interested, they would be crazy to let a team of 105 go in their binary. Unbelievable. So the other thing that is amazing when you pre-enroll somebody is you can start building a team under them. Like I said, it comes from everybody. Okay, so it comes, if I pre-enroll Ashley tonight, and then our team is on fire and we've pre-enrolled 600 people. So it could come from me, it could come from Melissa, it could come from Julie, it could come from Angela. Anybody who pre-enrolls in that leg gets stacked under them, and that counts for their binary. Okay, so that's why this is a team effort, and it's very important to use this system so that it benefits us all. Okay, now every Thursday's cutoff. I think you guys know that, but just in case you're brand new, Thursdays are cutoff. If they do not lock in their spot, anybody, so here's, let's say I pre-enroll Ashley. Here's Ashley right here. This is her spot. She's got 10 people under her. 5 of them are customers or affiliates, and 5 of them are pre-enrolled. The pre-enrollees stay where they are, but the people who lock in their spot collapse up and move up. Okay, so if Ashley has 5 people that are either customers or affiliates and she doesn't lock in her spot, those people jump over her and they are no longer on her team. However, if Ashley does lock in her spot, she moves up with those 5 people and they stay under her, and anyone who locks in their spot or pre-enrolls after that is under Ashley for sure. Okay, so that's how the pre-enrollee system works. It is free. It does not cost you a thing. There's no reason why you shouldn't be using it. It got me in as an affiliate. It got Melissa in as an affiliate. And if you talk to a lot of people like Candace Bird Davis, Robert Hollis, all of those people were pre-enrolled. They were pre-enrolled before they became affiliates. This is so powerful, and I think we forget we have this at our fingertips at all times. There is, like I said, there's no other company that I know of in network marketing that allows you to do this. No other company. It's very cutting edge. Okay, who can you pre-enroll? You can pre-enroll anybody. If they are a customer, they already have a spot locked in where their customer spot is. However, if they want to watch the video, I always have 2 email addresses that I created. And I have one pre-enrollee spot in my left leg, and I have one pre-enrollee spot in my right leg. And I keep those spots open for 90 days. And when they drop off, if nobody claims them, I pre-enroll again. So for instance, if Ashley is a customer of mine and she says, hey, listen, I'm kind of interested. I'm thinking about being on your team. Can you give me some information on it? The video is, when somebody says, can you give me some information? The video is the information, right? So I would give Ashley my login. I would send her to lockinmyspot.com. I would send her my email address that is associated with the spot that I have reserved. And I would say, go in here and watch that video. So, because her email address is already tied to her customer account, okay, and her spot is already locked in. And I tell people explicitly, do not upgrade through this. It's 2 clicks out of your customer account. So don't lock in through this, because that will lose a lot of well, I don't want to say binary because I don't know what that is, but that will lose a lot of people that they have under them. So let's say Ashley's up here and my pre-enrollee spot's down here. I don't want Ashley to lock in down here because she's going to lose everything in between that and where she's at as a customer. So I have her lock in as a customer, but I have her log in through my pre-enrollee account that I always have open, and then she can view that information and decide. That just gives her access to the information. If they want to upgrade, then they go in through their customer account and upgrade. It just on the main menu, it just says become an affiliate, and it's literally 1 or 2 clicks. It used to be 2, I think it's now 1. So it's very easy. But that's one way you can get your customers access to that information, okay? Who should you have? Who should you pre-enroll? Anybody who is interested in looking at the company or the opportunity or the business, or wants more information about the business, okay? So you can pre-enroll anybody. You should be asking at least one person a day to look at your business. You should be pre-enrolling as many people as you possibly can, because let me tell you, I was a hard no for 2 years. I was a hard no when I got pre-enrolled. 3 weeks later, I joined, okay? And a month later, I was a 5K. So it just takes that one person that you pre-enroll that comes in on fire, and it's going to change your business, okay? So pre-enroll as many people as possible, even if they're kind of like you think they're not going to be interested, because they will be. Okay, let me see. Here's another little trick that I'm going to teach you. Those 2 pre-enrollee spots that I have that are attached to my email address, when I have somebody say, I am interested in being in the business, I watched the video, I'm a customer, and I think they're going to be really good. Well, not a customer, sorry. Let's say a friend of mine, Susie in Montana, is experienced in network marketing, and I pre-enroll her and she watches the video, but I have my pre-enrollee spot, and it's, instead of like way down here, it's clear up here, and it's about that 90 days, and it's going to drop off. And I think Susie's going to do a good job. I will offer her that spot that I have reserved. I save that for only people that I think are going to kick ass. I don't give that to just the everyday Joe that's going to pre-enroll for free and ghost us. I don't do that. I give it to somebody that is going to kick ass, and you can go in there, even though it's reserved under my name or whatever name I reserved it under. They can go in and change all that information, including the email address, when they lock in their spot. So just because I pre-enroll under Moni Creddy or Monica Vaughn or one of my many aliases, my maiden name or my married name or my hyphenated name or my full name or my nickname or whatever, my stage name, I don't care. When I pre-enroll, that name does not need to be what goes into that account when it's locked in. So Susie Chapstick can come in and just delete all my information and enroll as Susie Chapstick, and that's what it's going to show up as when she locks in her spot. So if you do pre-enroll and you get up to the 90 days, you got a lot of people under you, and your best friend comes in and you've been waiting for 2 years to come into the business, and you guys are going to blow it up, you can offer her that spot and give her some leverage and also some binary coming in, okay? Let's see. Asking people to take a look at your opportunity is the fastest way to grow your business. I don't know how people do it otherwise. Like, I pre-enroll people. The second they say, yeah, I'm interested, I say, give me your email and I will send you some information. I don't say I'm going to send it by email. I use their email to pre-enroll them and lock in their spot. Then I come back and say, okay, I got your spot locked in for 90 days. I can start building a team under you, and go log in at lockinyourspot.com and watch this video. When do you think you can watch it? Can you watch it in the next day? And then you follow up with them. You have to manage your expectations. Ask that question. When do you think you can watch it? Because otherwise they'll sit on it for 5 days or so. It's a 10-minute video. Everybody can watch it while they're pooping. I don't care who it is. They can watch it while they're pooping. You know they can. and they can be done with it in a day, and then you can chat with them about it. Okay. So that is the fastest way to grow your business. Anybody who says they're even remotely interested, get them in the system, get them pre-enrolled. So, so, so important, because not only that, then the company supports you with the emails that they get every Wednesday saying, hey, tomorrow's cutoff. Don't forget to lock in your spot. And it's funny because sometimes I usually start my follow-up on Wednesdays and continue it into Thursdays, depending on how many people I have pre-enrolled. But a lot of times people will contact me on Wednesday when they get the company email, and they'll say, hey, what is this email about? Like, I have people under me. I didn't know that, and then you have to explain it to them, and then they lock in their spot. It's crazy because once people see that how easy it is to build a team, when it's teamwork and you're all on the same leg and you're doing the same things and everybody's pre-enrolling and everybody's, getting people to watch the video and locking in spots, and it grows so fast when everybody is doing that. It is truly something that has been offered to us. It is the golden goose egg of opportunities to grow your business. It is all you have to do is put in an email and a name and click take the free tour. That's it. And then the company sends emails and you just have to follow up with them. You get so many people into your business that way, but you have to use the system. The system is there for a reason because it freaking works. If you are not using it, you are doing yourself a disservice. Your business will not grow as fast as you want it to. This is what we have been given, and it is unbelievable. I use it all the time, you guys. I love it. I appreciate it, and I shout it out whenever I can because it is definitely something that is unique in the network marketing space. Okay. Now, if you guys want to do, back in November of 2020, I had a team contest, and I said, all right, I'm going to give $100 out to one person who pre-enrolls. You don't have to do $100. You could do 50. You could do a Starbucks gift card. People just love free stuff, right? You could do it on your page even, not even with your team. And you could say, I'm going to give $25 gift card to anybody that pre-enrolls. And make sure you give it out, of course. But in that month where I offered $100 to somebody that pre-enrolled on my team, we had 700 people pre-enroll that month. 700 people. It was amazing. And the growth that we experienced from that was unbelievable. Okay, it got me from 10K to 50K. All right. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about that kind of massive growth. If you can pre-enroll and you can teach other people to pre-enroll, your team will be successful, but you have to use it. You have to set the example for your team. You have to be pre-enrolling more than anybody else on your team. You have to be the hardest working person on your team. You can't expect your team to carry your weight because they won't. You have to lead from the front. Okay. So make sure you're pre-enrolling and everybody else will pre-enroll as well. Melissa, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. So I personally never really thought about asking for their email. Like I've always just been basically, hey, here's the link to watch the video. And they never watch the video. Like that's my biggest thing. And I never thought about the fact that if I get their email, that or if I get their email and pre-enroll them, they'll start getting the emails. I've been missing that whole piece of the system because I couldn't get them through the gate. And mind blown.
See, there's two schools of thoughts on that though. I've heard people say if they're not going to just click on the link and pre-enroll and it takes 2 seconds, then I don't want them in my business. But I am the opposite because I was somebody who would not have pre-enrolled and you would have to send me the link 55,000 times. And I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. I'm just one of those, I'm forgetful and I want things done for me the easy way. Like I want somebody to pre-enroll me so I can see the information. And that's what happened. My upline pre-enrolled me and then the email started coming. And so I always have that in the back of my mind. I wouldn't have pre-enrolled myself. I would have been like, no, I'm not going to do that. I honestly would have put her off. And she did it she just said, hey, give me your email. And I thought, oh, I can give her my email. And if it helps her out, she's having a contest, easy peasy, it's fine. And then
She definitely, my enroller pre-enrolled me as well. I didn't pre-enroll myself. She did it for me.
Exactly. And so
Yep.
I think in today's society where we're so busy and we're like, I don't, what does that mean? I'll give you my email. What happens? Am I getting that? But if they say, just give me your email and I'll send you some information, that's super easy. And when I come back with that message and say, hey, I got you pre-enrolled, I saved your spot, we can talk about this for 90 days. I have never had anybody say, oh my gosh, you pre-enrolled me, I didn't give you permission. Everybody's like, okay, cool, awesome. You know, they've never given me flack about that. I'm sure somebody probably will. Maybe somebody will be unhappy about that someday. But so far, everybody has been super happy about it in the 2.5 almost years that I've been in the business. So pre-enroll people for them.
The other thing I wanted to add is that if you have a customer who's interested in watching the information, watching the video, you can actually, as of right now I know this is going to change, but currently you can send them the video from your app so that you'll know that they clicked on the link, because the app will tell you when somebody accesses the video. So I actually sent a video to someone back in April of last year. And I got a notice this week that she just watched the video. And I was like, what? That was like almost a year ago that I sent her this link, and I just got a notice that she watched the video. So I like reached out to her and was like, hey, just got a message that you watched a video that I sent you last year. Did that really happen, or did like my phone burp or something? And she never answered. So I don't know, but I think she might have watched the material that I sent her. So you can send it through the link for your customers, because your customers don't have that. You don't want them to, like Moni said, to get a different spot. You want them to lock in the spot they already have. So is there a question in the chat? I see you reading it, Moni. Oh, okay, you're answering it.
Yes, I got it. Yeah. So Chrissy said, Chrissy. So Moni, you ask them if they want to check out what you're doing. You get their email, pre-enroll them, and then send them a message for them to go to the website and watch the video. Do I have that all correct? Yes, that is correct. Now, as Melissa said, that we do have the app. The app is going to be redone completely with 2.0. But as of right now, like Melissa said, when you send them the video, it will notify you when they watch it. But I would not send them the video until you pre-enroll them. I pre-enroll them, and sometimes I will send them the video. Sometimes I will tell them to go watch it. Like, I'll give them a couple of chances to go watch it. And if they put me off, I will just send them the video and say, here it is, watch the video. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's all going to be redone. So,
and I'm pretty sure the videos in the app are not updated either.
They're not. That's why I don't send them out anymore. But they're at least, you know, they're functional. You know, they give you enough information to be dangerous. So that's why I don't send out the videos unless I have to. I'd rather have them watch Todd's brand new video than the video in the app.
Yeah.
And hopefully when they redo that, I know when they redo 2.0, it's going to be amazing. So we're just going to have to wait to see what they have with that. But you have many options right now to build your business in the meantime.
Thank you so much, Moni. I am super excited about getting back into my own messenger and getting some emails from people. I need to change the way that I'm doing things. So thank you so much for that. So as we move on this evening, the next thing that we're going to talk about is that daily method of operation. Like, what do you do when you sit down to work your business every day? So the one thing that I like to do myself, and Moni will tell you, I am super green. I am planner obsessed. I am so organized. I wouldn't know my own name without my planner. I'm so organized. I have 2 planners. This is my calendar planner, and this is my business planner. My business planner is bigger. It's thicker because I have sections for what I do. So the first thing I like to do is actually like outline the time that I'm going to work in my business every single week. So I work this business part-time. I do not work this business full-time. I still have another job. Actually, I have 2 other jobs, but who's counting? But what I do every single Sunday is I map out my week in my planner for the times that I'm going to work for each job. This is the time that I'm doing hair. These are my hair appointments. These are my customers. This is the time that I'm working my Daily Choice business. This is the time I'm working my Daily Choice business. Like I outline that in my calendar so that when it's 10 o'clock, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down at my desk and I'm going to get out my binder. And then this is my daily method of operation. This is how I work my business. Have you ever worked a business without like a plan? So I like to tell the story of how I got my first job when I was 16. And I was 16, I was 15. I was 15. I got my first job and I was selling hermit crabs at the Maryland beach on the boardwalk, right? It's a Northeast thing. We sell hermit crabs. So I show up to my very first day on the job and they said, this is where the time clock is. This is where you punch in. This is where your register is. This is where you're going to check out your customers. This is how you push all the buttons. These are your hermit crab cages. These are the smalls. These are the mediums. These are the largest. When somebody buys it, you have to sell them this and this and this and this and this. These are all your add-on sales, right? All your upsells. You have to make sure they have this minimum and the food, cage, water, dish, whatever, a new shell for them to grow into. Those are like the bare minimum. But then they could also buy this, 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 and this. They gave me all the upsells. They showed me how to work the register. They showed me how to feed the hermit crabs. They showed me how to water the hermit crabs. And then they told me I had to take the dead hermit crabs out. And I was like, what? I got to do what? And they were like, yeah, you have to clean out the cages and take out the dead hermit crabs, because if you don't take out the dead hermit crabs, the rest of the crabs will get sick and die. And I'm like, oh my God, can't do that. And I'm like, yeah, that's your job. I'm like, okay. So here I am, I'm 15 years old. I'm like putting the plastic bag on my hand and I'm like gingerly reaching into the cage to pluck out the dead one. And I'm picking it over and putting it in the trash. Terrified to touch the dead hermit crabs, right? 15 years old. But by the end of that summer, I was reaching in there with my bare hands and just chucking them out like it was no big deal. Network marketing is a little bit different because nobody's going to walk you through the paces and tell you, this is what time you have to show up. This is where you have to clock in. These are the tasks that you're going to do for the next hour. These are the really hard things that you don't want to do that you have to do. And then this is your paycheck at the end of the day for all those things. Network marketing is a little different, right? Nobody is going to do all those things for you. You have to sit down at your desk at home by yourself and go, okay, I need to do the things now. And one of the things is asking people to take a look at your business. And it's really hard in the beginning to ask people to take a look at your business. Like it's the thing that brings fear into everyone's heart. Like, oh my God, I can't ask people. What are they going to say? It's like reaching into the cage for the dead hermit crab. It's uncomfortable. But the more you do it and the more accustomed you get to doing it, the more comfortable you get doing it. And then it's not such a big deal anymore. So make sure that you're not getting petrified of touching the dead animal, doing the hard thing, because the more you do it, the easier it's going to get. Now, when I sit down to work my business, I have a list of what I need to do every single day. Now, when we first started this, you remember this document that was part of our original launch. This is your daily tracking form. This is the things that you need to do every single day. Creating content. We talked about how on average, the people in this group are creating 10 pieces of content a day, posts, stories, short videos in Reels and TikTok, going live, posting in groups, asking the question over here. Asking the question. Don't be afraid to say, would you be open to taking a look at what I'm doing? I'm doing this amazing thing over here. Would you be open to taking a look at it? Adding new people, finding people, adding them, messaging them, talking to them, and then following up with people you've already talked to. These are the things that we're already doing. These are the things that we're tracking. This is your daily method of operation. But then you have to kind of think about, how do I fit that into my day? I work another job. How do I fit that into your day? So I can't tell you how it's going to fit into your day because your day is different than mine. But what I can tell you is what I do. And I've actually shifted a little bit of what I'm doing lately, and it's working really well for me. So I'm going to share that with you today too. So every single day, first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is I post a story. I have a motivation app on my phone, and I look at those motivational quotes every morning, and I almost always can find one that's worth sharing, and literally takes me 2 seconds to hit share, and it's done. And I've already posted a story. When you post a story first thing in the morning, you have shown up for work. You have clocked in and shown people that you are there and available, and you're online. You're online today. You are active on social media. I will post stories throughout the day because they're quick and they're easy. They're quick and easy for me to post throughout the day. I can post a story when I am sitting on the toilet, even just doing number one. Like, I can get a story out quickly, and I can post it when I'm sitting in the car lane, when I'm dropping my kid off, when I'm waiting in line at the grocery store. Literally, it takes 10 to 15 seconds to post a story. So I try to find nuggets of time throughout my day that I do that. When I sit down to work, I don't want to be posting stories. I don't want to get caught in a scroll hole. I don't want to be looking for TikTok content. I want to be actively reaching out to people, actively making conversations, finding new people to connect with, and I want to get in the messenger. What I have discovered that's been working well for me right now is I had been so focused on Facebook that I really hadn't started to spend the time to connect with people in Instagram and TikTok. So what I've done now, and this has been working, I've only done this for a couple of weeks, so I can't tell you it's going to work good forever. But for right now, I have decided that Monday is the day that I do connections to my team. So people that are already in my organization, that's follow up with customers, talking to affiliates, any coaching that I'm doing. That's kind of Mondays is kind of like talking to people who are already in my network and in my business. Tuesdays is my Facebook people. I focus on connecting with people in Facebook on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, I do Instagram. Thursdays, I do TikTok. And then Fridays is kind of my catch-up day to follow up on all the conversations that I had Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So like my Mondays and Fridays are kind of like my bookends. And then each day in the middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which is also the days that I work my other job, I focus on a specific platform each day. Because if I sit down and I'm like, okay, I have an hour, what am I going to do? Am I going to go look at Facebook? Am I going to go look at Instagram? Am I going to look at my TikTok reels? Am I going to connect with, where am I going? So having a Tuesdays is this, Wednesdays is that, Thursdays is that, that's been working really well for me. Each one of those platforms, I've made a list of the people that I'm going to connect with next. So on Tuesday at 10 o'clock, when I have to sit down and it's Tuesday at 10, I know Tuesdays at 10, I'm going to work on my Facebook list. And in my planner, under my Facebook tab, here's my next list of people that I'm going to connect with in Facebook. And this is right from my friends list. These are people that I became friends with back in May. I have a list of people that I became friends with. These were my find ad message back in May. I've been doing this for a while. These are my find ad message people from May. And now I'm going to go and have a conversation with them, follow up with them, find out. I have to review where are we in the conversation? Go back through Messenger, figure out, have I ever talked to them about the business before? Do I know their kids? Like, what's the situation? And then I reach out with them with the message. On Instagram, I downloaded my followers list. And then on Wednesday, here's my list. So I know on Wednesday at 10 o'clock, when I sit down to work my business, I'm going to go to my Instagram list and I'm going to go through this list. And you can see on January 27th, out of this page, I had 11 asks. These are people that started following me in December. And that's a whole page of people, but only 11 people were actually people that I wanted to ask. Like some of them are creepy bots or creepy dudes or my neighbor. I'm not going to ask my neighbor. My neighbor knows I'm in the CBD business. He sees my car every single day. That would be weird. I'm on this page right now. You can see I'm about halfway through because I ran out of time. But you know what? Next Wednesday at 10 o'clock, this person's next, right here. So I know exactly what I'm going to do when I sit down to work my business. Now, Fridays, I do follow-ups. It's the end of January, right? We're in the beginning of February. So now these are my tracking pages. So instead of using these, I just use this one I've had. I just use this one, but it tracks the same thing, asks, follow-ups, and find add message. I make my follow-up list from these pages from the month of January. So I'm going to go back. This is January 3rd. I'm going to look at this list. And a couple of people have already told me no thanks. I don't know if you can see that, but they've said no thanks. This person I gave a website to. So she's going to go on my follow-up list. My follow-up list goes into the section called, you guessed it, follow-ups. And then on Fridays, when it's 10 o'clock on Friday, and I'm going to sit down, here's my follow-up list. Your lists are your business. So you've got to be organized about your lists. Mondays, I'm going to go reach out to my customers and follow up with my customers. Here's my customer section. This is where I've got my list of my current customers for the month that I want to reach out to. So having a plan beyond this is what I need to do every single day. I need to create content. I need to have conversations. I need to get emails because now I'm going to be asking people for their email left and right. Hey, give me your email. I got something for you. Give me your email. So that's my DMO. That's how I work my business. This book is my Bible and my manual. I mean, it's not an instruction manual. It's my people. These are all my people. They're all in here. And when I sit down to work my business, I know exactly what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it and where I'm going to do it. Well, not necessarily where, not where. I work anywhere. I can work in the car. I can work in the living room. I can work in my bedroom. I'm working in my bedroom right now. My son and I are sharing my office while he's been homeschooling. So living room hasn't been working well. So yeah, I also keep all of my notes and my binders. I have a bag. Where is it? Oh, this is my bag. This is my office. My binders go in here and this bag goes anywhere with me. So on Saturdays, when I'm going to swim, I'm driving A to swim team, my bag goes in the car because I have an hour and a half that I'm going to be waiting for A to get done swimming. I work in my car. What's in my bag? My binder, my calendar, a little pack of pens, some of the headphones. I've got my training notebook. I have all my notes in one training notebook. Saturday's notes are in this book. It even says training on the end. It's in the bag. It's always in one place. I never have to go searching for where's the list, where's the sticky note that I wrote somebody's name on. I do write every once in a while, you write somebody's name on a napkin. It goes in the pocket in the front of the binder until I get it put on a list. You just have to be organized. Does this help? Does anybody think that this is helpful? Yes, I know. I'm very, very green. Moni says I'm very green. I'm more organized than most, but I have to be. This is not like, for me, this is not optional because I would be all over the place if I was not organized. I have 2 kids. I have 3 jobs. So I am a hairdresser and I work 3 days a week behind the chair. I manage social media for a small accounting firm and I work for MyDailyChoice. I have 3 jobs. I can't not be organized because I would not still have those jobs because I wouldn't even know my own name or where I was going or what I was doing if I didn't have this method that works. So this might not be your method. This might not be what works for you, right? But figure out what works for you and then be absolutely relentlessly committed to what works for you, right? It doesn't have to be this. This is what I have done. This is what works for me. I can only share with you what's worked for me. You don't have to do it like this because I'm not your boss. You don't work in a retail environment that the boss says you have to do it this way. You can do it however you want. You can do it in a planner. You can do it in a spreadsheet. You can buy a customer relationship management app. There's tons of apps out there. I used to use a website called Teamzy that was, it was like $25 a month, but it like tracked all my people and told me who I had to follow up with today. I loved it. I fell off the wagon and I didn't keep using it. So it didn't work for me. So I moved on, but I tried a lot of different things. Tina Joy Carroll uses spiral bound notebooks, like literally just spiral bound notebooks. She writes in them, she makes lists in them, she goes through them, and then she moves on. She gets another one, starts a new one, like dollar store notebooks. It doesn't have to be like, there you go. I mean, it's, you know what I have in here? It's all just plain paper, but also these things are tax deductible as well. So if you want to get like a planner that works for you, or you want to buy, Todd Falcone has a follow-up planner. Moni, you have it?
Yeah, this is it.
Hold on, let me spotlight you so that you can.
Somehow really I ended up with like 10 or 12 of these, and I don't know how. So that's what I used, and that's what I used for my notebook that I decorated. See?
Oh, cool.
I added some stickers to it, but I was like, this is it, man. This is exactly what I need right here. Oh, here, let me turn it down to a page where it's full. Got these. See that? And I write exactly what I'm following up with them for. Yep, and what dates I talk to them. Yes, it's a very useful planner.
And a lot of different network marketing trainers have different planners. I know Fraser Brooks has a planner, Rob Sperry has a planner. Like, you can get network marketing planners. There's a ton of different options out there. Whatever you find that works, just be relentlessly consistent in using it. That's my biggest takeaway for you today, is just do the damn thing. Do it. Plan it out and do it every single day. You should have a minimum activity goal for yourself every single day. I like to use the like bronze, silver, and gold. It's the Olympics, right? So let's think about like a bronze day is my absolute minimum is I talked to at least one person about my business today. That's a bronze day for me. A silver day is maybe I talked to 3 people about my business today. Maybe a gold day for me is I talked to 10 people about my business today. Those numbers might be different from you. Maybe they're like 1, 3, and 5. Maybe they're 1, 10, and 20. Maybe they're 5, 10, and 20. You have to decide what fits into my life. What is my absolute minimum? And what is my gold star day? And what's in between? Because you're going to have days that you're just going to barely make the minimum. And then you're going to have days where you feel like you kicked ass. You need to know what those numbers are for yourself. Everybody should have a bare minimum of talking to one person a day. If you're in this business and you're in it to win it, like one person a day, like you're a professional network marketer. Everybody should be talking to at least one person a day. Then what's your gold standard? Everybody's is going to be different. Figure out what works for you. Does anybody have anything else that they have questions about anything that we covered tonight? Christina wants to know, how do you pull the list from the apps? Okay, so each one is different. So in Facebook, you can go to settings and you can download your friends list. It'll give you that option. You can do the same thing in Instagram. You can download your followers lists. In Instagram, it's under settings, downloading your, I don't remember exactly what it says, but you like go to Instagram, you go to settings, and it'll say like download your information, and you can choose the information that you want to download. 5, yes, 5, 8, and 10. I love that, Ashley. Your minimum, Moni says her minimum is 1, and that person gets pre-enrolled. I am going to be getting some emails. Amanda says, I want to start working on 3-way calls as well. Moni and I are both available to do 3-way calls with you. Todd will do 3-way calls with you. You know, pick the leader that you think is going to connect with that person the best. You've got a professional business realtor, put them on the phone with Todd. If you've got an autism mom, put them on the phone with me. Like, pick the leader that you think that'll do best. Any of us will do 3-way calls with you.
If you have to, girl.
Say again?
If you're talking to a red, I'm your girl.
Yes, I'll take the greens, obviously. Gold for me is 5. I love that. Everybody put your minimum in the chat. Let's see what everybody, what's your minimum silver and gold day? What are your 3 numbers? Shout them out. This is going to be posted. This is feeding live tonight into Hempy Vibes team group. It's going to go into, it's going to be downloaded, and then the recording will be posted on YouTube, and it'll also be posted in the MDC Game Changers, which is my team group. 10 and 20. Yes, girl. 1, 3, and 5. I love that, Nancy, because I know that you work too. You work a lot. You have a full-time job. 5, 8, and 15. 2, 5, and 10. 2, 5, and 10 is good too, because you work full time as well. It's really hard to do 10. I mean, 10 is it's a big number. When you sit down and you think, oh, I'm going to do 10 reach outs. If you're just spamming people, you can send 10 reach outs in 10 seconds. But if you're actually looking at their profile, that's another thing. I know I've mentioned it before, but always look at their profile before you send them a message. Make sure that you're not reaching out to somebody about your business if their dog died this morning. Like, always pay attention to what's going on in their life before you send them a message. Chrissy, there is I've been a hairdresser for 30 years. There is always downtime at work. You've got color processing time. You got foil processing time. You got time that they're under the dryer with their color processing. You got customers that aren't going to show up. There's, oh, great clips. Okay. Yeah. You don't have color processing time. You're just back-to-back haircuts all day. There's always going to be, time when people aren't going to show up though. For me, that's my biggest time that I end up with time in my business during my hair cutting time, is when people don't show up. You know, people cancel left and right, especially during COVID. I lost 4 haircuts on Tuesday because they were all quarantined with COVID. They were all sick. So I'm glad they found out before Tuesday. So yeah, no, there's no downtime at Great Clips. I feel you, sister. You got to find time after work. You got to put it in your planner and figure out when is going to be that time, because if it's not downtime during the day, when is it going to be? If you don't schedule it, it won't happen. All right, guys, thank you so much for showing up and giving us your time. I hope that, right? That's why we're all here, because we all want that financial freedom, right? I appreciate all of you giving us your time, showing up, being here, and actually showing up for the live as well. That means a lot to Moni and I. I mean, we could be on the Zoom just talking to each other, but it's always a lot more fun to actually see you, see your faces, hear your stories, and get to talk to you and get your input and your feedback. So I really appreciate you being here live. So thank you so very much. And we will see you next Sunday night.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a great night, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.